What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the Cooker Brass YouTube channel, where today we will be taking a look at my number one build, my go-to rifle, my main squeeze, and I'm pretty excited to bring it out to you all. So without further ado, let's get into it. First off, if you're taking time out of your day to come and view this channel and be a part of the Cooker Brass family, I can't ever thank you enough. Go ahead and drop a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can stay up to date and in tune with everything that's coming out to the channel. I've got a lot of stuff lined up for the channel as far as content goes, and I'm pretty excited to be able to bring it out to you all. Yes, I do live in the state of Virginia, and there's a lot of legal stuff going on as far as firearms go. So I will definitely be trying to find ways to pivot around that and pivot with that. So some of the stuff might change up, but I'm going to try to stay true to what this channel was founded on. But if there's anything specific that you want to see on the channel, whether it be firearms review, tabletop discussions, or just overviews, go ahead and feel free to message me at any time or drop a comment down below. But without further ado, let's get into this rifle. So this rifle is a 16-inch rifle. Yes, I know that it is not the super tactical 11.5 and 12.5 that everybody is running. I know that it is not the 14.5 pin and weld that all your favorite YouTubers are saying that is the only rifle that you should ever have. But the main reason that I call this my main squeeze, other than that, is because this is the rifle that I have put the most time behind. This is the rifle that I had completely built and piece by piece put it together, and I have the most rounds through. This is the first firearm in my collection that I haven't traded off or done something with to alter how it functions, and I have almost 1,000 rounds through. We're right at 950 or more. So without further ado, let's take a look at it. We will be taking this rifle from tip to butt. On this end, you have a Kaw Valley Precision muzzle device. This is a Plan B muzzle device that I run on all of my rifles and firearms because that is honestly the platform that I chose first to go with as far as QDs with suppressors. Kaw Valley Precision makes great stuff. If you ever have the chance to check them out, you will not regret it. So then that muzzle device is threaded onto a 16-inch FN cold hammer forged machine gun barrel. Yes, I was able to pick one of them up, and that the reason I went with that is because, you know, it's full auto rated. FN, they make great products. Everybody knows FN, whether it be for the SCAR, for the 509 handgun. They make great stuff. They make rock solid stuff. So I was able to pick up one of their barrels, and that's what I threw on here. Then on top of that barrel, mounted as far as the gas block goes, it is the Geissele Super Gas Block, or Geissele's proprietary gas block. I have that with the gas tube, and it is rock solid. It does great. You can definitely trust it for what it is because it has the Geissele name behind it. No, I'm not a shill for Geissele. It's just they make bomb-proof stuff. There's a reason that Geissele has the contracts that they do, is because it is rock solid gear. Then on top of that, we have the Geissele Mark 8 handguard. That is a 13.5-inch M-LOK handguard. The main reason I went with Geissele is because I've held Daniel Defenses before. I don't have any issue with theirs, but Geissele at the time, that's what everybody was talking about. And I just wanted to go with something that I knew was rock solid, something that I knew, I've seen a ton of people say that you can rely on it no matter what, whether, you're mounting laser aiming modules or something out on this end, it's not going to rotate, it's not going to mess up on you, and it's proven. So I was able to throw one of these on there, and I am completely happy with it. I absolutely love it. So on this handguard, I have a Surefire Scout. This is a bomb-proof flashlight, to be completely honest with you. I have nothing but good things to say about this. I have it with a 1913 attachment system on there, and I just put a 1913 rail on here. It is what I had as far as one of the best flashlights that I could get, and I just threw it on here because, like I said, this is, if anything goes down, this is the one I'm grabbing. So I wanted a flashlight that I could depend on. So then I have some foam or some elastic tape to help mitigate with cable mitigation and cable management. So then on the bottom, I also have a BCM vertical or kind of slanted grip that they offer. It is an M-lock, and I have it in this configuration because I feel like it just adds kind of like that C right there to help with positive lockup. So then coming back on there, I do have this on a BCM Blim upper that I was able to get. I don't know if a lot of people know about that, but you can get their uppers super cheap because they call them Blims. You know, look it up. It is, you could get stuff that is marked down considerably because it has a little blemish on it, whether it be an oil spot or, you know, a little scuff in the paint. So got that and threw a nickel boron toolcraft bolt carrier group in there, and then I have a Palmetto State Armory ambidextrous charging handle. That's probably honestly the cheapest part on here, if you want to say that. But then that is it for the upper. On top, we have an Eotech 512. It is an awesome optic. The main reason I went with this is because if we're in any kind of situation, I will always have double A's with me. You pop this lever up, throw some new double A's in there, pop it down, you're ready to go. You know, you're not fighting to find CR123 batteries to where you're like, oh no, I don't have one. You have to use the one that was in your light, or, you know, you're not able to find any. I know sometimes it's harder to find those because people buy them up. So double A's in here, have this on Optic riser. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I forgot the name of this Optic riser, but it's just a small riser. The reason I put that on there is because when you bring it up, it's just directly in your eye sight line. And, you know, you don't have to come all the way down in order to get the actuation or the clear sight coming through there. So I think the riser helps. I didn't want to get anything too high, you know, that GBRS is running. I'm not 100% a fan of that with the Hydra mounts and how tall they are. So just threw that on there. Plus, this would look plumb goofy on one of those. Then coming down on here, this is the one thing that I know people might have an issue with, considering I'm calling this my go-to or go-to-war build. It's a Palmetto State Armory stealth lower. So, yes, a lot of people will say that you have to have the best of the best, but in my opinion, when it comes to lowers, so many companies are making them exactly alike that I don't prioritize 100% the lower. I don't have to have the Gucciest lower. I don't have to have the Radiant. I don't have to have the Geissele or even the Arrows, which those are pretty much extinct. But I don't have to have some expensive lower. I just need something that works, something that runs, something that I have time behind. I have about 5 of these lowers, and I have never had the first single issue out of them as far as tolerances go, as far as stuff getting loose or messing up. So I know Dirty Civilian also will say the same exact thing about, it doesn't matter about your lower. Pretty much lowers are the same exact thing. If you have the money to shill out and, you know, shove to buy a upgraded lower that is the Gucciest of the Gucciest, do it. By all means, do it. To each is their own. But I just wanted something that ran. So inside this lower, I have a CMMG parts kit, and I also have I think it's a nickel Teflon trigger kit in here. It's a little bit smoother than a normal mil-spec trigger, but I don't have anything crazy in here as far as that goes. I'd like to get a Geissele, I think it's the lightning bow. I would love to get one of those, but that's later down the road. So then coming up here, we have the ambidextrous safety from CMMG. Coming back on here, we have a Kaw Valley Precision Buffer buffer tube, and then we have a B5 stock on here as well, which matching B5 furniture. My OCD kind of gets me sometimes where I have a BCM grip and don't have the B5 grip, but oh well. I mean, I've lived with it this long, so why not live with it a little bit longer? And then inside of the buffer tube, I have the Geissele buffer and braided spring in there as well. So complete rock solid build. Absolutely love running this rifle. Like I said, this is the rifle that I have the most time behind, and it runs great with both of the suppressors that I've ran it through, whether it be the Enticer or it be the Guillotine. So yes, this is my number one build. This is the one that I trust absolutely everything with. But right now we are going to load it up and get some bullets down range. So let's get into it. And at the end of the day, as you can see, it runs both suppressed and unsuppressed. Don't have an issue with either of it, but man, it is so much better to run suppressed. Once I will always tell anybody that's came in the shop or any of my buddies that ask about a suppressor, I will always say one thing. Once you buy a suppressor and you run it suppressed, you're never going to want to run it unsuppressed. But this is such an awesome build. You know, I absolutely love it. I don't care what anybody really has to say about it. It runs for me. It's always ran. So yeah, I will continue to put rounds through it and make a post once we hit that 1,000 round. I mean, I may have just hit it there. I'll have to check my book and count up the rounds that I've ran through this. So I hope you found this video informational. You know, down in the comments below, feel free to comment what your go-to build, your go-to-war build, or SHTF build is. Go ahead and feel free to drop it down below. If you have any questions about anything on this build, go ahead and feel free to contact me at any time. And if you've made it this far into the video, I can't ever thank you enough, and I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you.